Today we are off to London to find out just what makes it so iconic. Could it be the history and culture? Or perhaps the fashion scene? Or maybe the architecture? Well, come along as we seek to find out. Welcome to Border Pass, where we chase horizons. From the moment you land at London's Heathrow Airport, you get an idea that you have arrived at the world's busiest airport by just the sheer number of planes hogging the horizon waiting for a turn to land. With a plane either landing or taking off every 45 seconds, it soon becomes clear why this is the most connected airport in the whole world. Over 500 flights arrive and leave Heathrow daily. With direct flights to over 351 international destinations, the most of any airport in the whole world. To ensure smooth operation, Heathrow has 155 gates spread across 5 terminals to handle the over 80 million visitors it receives each year. The airport also employs over 70,000 people both directly and indirectly to keep everything ticking. The Heathrow is like a mini city with its own hotels, cafes, restaurants, and even a medical center. Once you are through passport control and customs, it's time to choose how you will get into the city. At your disposal are taxis, rental cars, London black cabs, and the Heathrow Express, an underground train service into the London Centre. Within 30 minutes you will find yourself already in the London city centre, ready to feast your eyes on the iconic landmarks and architecture that sets London apart from many major cities. You can choose to explore the streets by foot, but at your disposal are more than 8,000 buses which crisscross every inch of London endlessly at such a frequency that you do not have to wait long if you miss a bus. The buses are both efficient and relatively cheap. You will need to buy an Oyster card to use London public transport, or alternatively use your contactless card for payments as the buses are completely cashless. London traffic can be hectic, which is why using a bus to get around is probably the best option, as they have dedicated bus lanes which makes their journeys a bit quicker than if you were to drive yourself. Add to that the narrowness of the streets, and the endless stream of cyclists weaving in and out of traffic, and you soon thank yourself for taking the bus over the car. Your other option is taking the black cab or taxis, which have the privilege of using the bus lanes, which does make the transit faster than personal car travel. The black cab is a unique London icon, so it is worth a try just for that alone. Travel on the black cab can be pricey, but it's certainly nothing compared to the potential road fines you will likely rake up if you infringe on London traffic laws. Or worst, if you end up sending a cyclist to the hospital. At least healthcare is free in the UK. London has something for everyone, whether you like partying at night or roaming the streets by day. It is evident from how many of the important and iconic landmarks hug the Thames River bank how vital the river was to the development of this city. Not many cities can boast of a rich and balanced blend of both old and new like London does. A short stroll from the city centre will find you within the gardens of the Buckingham Palace. If anything represents the culture and heritage of London, then it is surely the royal family, the palace, and its ceremonial guards. If you time your travel just right, you may be in time to witness them on their ceremonial horseback patrols of the city. You can tell that the English are certainly in no rush to forget about their culture. Just as eager to cling to the past, the British also show the same passion with advancement, as the city is a true blend of the ancient and the trending. If business is what brings you to London, then you are guaranteed to encounter it, lots of it. London is home to over 100 headquarters of Fortune 500 companies, the most of any city in Europe. This makes London the financial capital of Europe. The GDP of London is in excess of £500 billion. For perspective, that is more than double that of New Zealand. With such wealth, it is therefore no surprise that London streets align with high-end shops and brands, making it highly cherished as a shopping destination. A trip to London is incomplete without a visit to any one of the mega malls of London, where you can just about find all the latest designer. London has the highest per capita income in the whole of the UK, as such prices are higher in London than in other smaller cities, from rentals to just about anything. This attracts all the household brands to line up the streets of London, from clothing brands, gadgets, and even cars. Of the £50 billion GDP, shopping accounts for 16% of that total. It's really not surprising when you get to see the prices of items in most of the high-end shops. There is just something magical about a night out shopping, especially in the streets of London. It's so commonplace to find supercars littering certain streets where multi-million-pound houses are found. If money is not an object, you can even buy yourself a football club. The culinary scene in London is equally vibrant, with over 20,000 restaurants lining the busy streets of London. In London you will find a deep blend of all sorts of food places, from the family-run takeaways to high-end fine dining spots. You do not have to worry about hitting the streets on an empty stomach, as every corner has some sort of fast food outlet. If you are feeling lucky, then any one of the more than 150 casinos can help your dreams of instant wealth come true. A night out in London is guaranteed to be eventful regardless of your idea of fun. If you prefer to break a sweat on the dance floor, then London will ensure you get your groove on with its more than 190 nightclubs and more than 22 concert stadia. London is also a preferred venue for music stars from all over the world. On a monthly basis, there is a global superstar headlining any one of the major arenas like the O2. In addition to that, London boasts of world-class sports facilities, especially for football. Most facilities are weatherproofed by having retractable roofs, as London is very much susceptible to the odd downpour every other minute. When in London, you are always an easterly breeze away from a downpour. The rain does little to stop the English from indulging in their favorite pastime, football. London is home to 7 of the 20 Premier League teams. The Premier League in England is arguably one of the most prestigious leagues of the world, attracting talent from all corners of the globe. London is home to Arsenal, Chelsea, West Ham and Tottenham, 4 of the global powerhouses of English football. If you are in search of the best club in the land, however, then take the M40 motorway and head 190 miles westwards towards the city of Manchester. There you will find Old Trafford, the home of Manchester United, record champions of England with over 20 league titles to their name. Manchester is also home to another Manchester club, City, who are the current champions of England. Manchester certainly outshines London in football terms. I digress. Back to London. After a long day and night of roaming the streets of London, and it is time to turn in for some much-needed rest, then at your disposal are more than 1,490 hotels to check into. From small family-run hotels to 5-star grand hotels, London will ensure you get the rest to suit any budget. Rooms range from as low as £30 to as high as £25,000 a night. Stay tuned for part 2, as we continue to explore London. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.